Welcome back to Old Charles, your go-to channel for everything about vintage coins, rare finds, and the true value hiding in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into the 1960 United States Lincoln cent, a coin that may look ordinary, but carries more history and hidden value than you'd expect from small date versus large date varieties to mint marks and error coins. This is a penny you don't want to overlook. Let's get into it. The Lincoln cent has been in production since 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. But the 1960 penny stands out because of something unique. Two different date varieties were released, the small date and the large date. In 1960, both the Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, marked with a D below the date, produced pennies with these two variations. T was mostly due to design adjustments and die modifications. The U.S. Mint initially struck the small date variety, but later replaced it with a bolder, larger date design for better visibility. Both styles ended up circulating widely, which makes 1960 a fun year for collectors. So how can you tell if your 1960 penny is a small date or a large date? The 0 is narrow and level with the other numbers. The 6 has a higher and smaller loop. The 0 is wider and slightly taller. The top of the 6 is bolder and lower. Pro tip: use a magnifying glass or phone macro lens to easily spot the difference. In total, over 2.7 billion Lincoln cents were struck in 1960, which might make you think they're all common, but that's not the whole story. 1960 small date, Philadelphia ***, about 587 million. 1960 large date, Philadelphia ***, over 1.5 billion. 1960, D small date, Denver ***, around 500 million. 1960, D large date, Denver ***, about 1.6 billion. But remember, condition and variety make a big difference when it comes to value. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know. Heavy $. How much is the 1960 penny worth today? Most large date coins, both P and D, in circulated condition are worth just 1 to 5 cents. Small date versions tend to sell for 10 to 50 cents, especially the Philadelphia one. A 1960 small date penny in MS65 red, uncirculated, can go $4/$20 to $50 or more depending on demand. The 1960 D small date in MS65 red is more common, usually worth around $5 to $15. But wait. If you find a coin graded MS66 Plus or MS67, it could fetch hundreds of dollars at auction. Collectors love errors and unique varieties, and 1960 doesn't disappoint. Look out for 1960 D over D RPM, repunched mint mark, ***, one of the most famous varieties. These can sell $4/$10 to over $100, depending on grade. Double die errors ***, especially on the date or Liberty. These are rare and can fetch $50 to several $100 off center strikes and die cracks. Minor errors may still sell for a premium on collector markets like eBay or coin shows. Always check both sides of the coin carefully. If you think you've got a valuable 1960 penny, here's what to do. 1. Use a coin magnifier to check for varieties and condition. 2. Compare it with photos online or consult the *Red Book 3. If it looks uncirculated or has an error, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC4. Keep your coin in a safe, airtight holder to preserve its value. Remember, even a common coin becomes a treasure if it's well preserved. So, do you have a 1960 penny hiding in your change jar or old collection? It might just be worth more than you think. The 1960 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln penny series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure instead of symbolic imagery like Lady Liberty. Obverse, front, ***, Abraham Lincoln's right-facing bust. Reverse, back, ***, in 1960, still featured the wheat ears design, introduced in 1909, with the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America flanked by 2 wheat stalks. This was actually the last year the wheat reverse was used. In 1960, the Lincoln Memorial Reverse had already been introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. So most 1960 cents actually show the Lincoln Memorial Reverse, not the wheat ears. 1 Major reason why the 1960 penny stands out in numismatic history is the introduction of 2 date varieties, the small date and the large date. This change came from adjustments to the master dies during the minting process. At first, the coins were struck with a thinner, more compact date, small date, but later in the year, the U.S. Mint revised the dies to make the numbers more prominent and easier to read, resulting in the large date. Both Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark, mints produced both varieties, making four main types of 1960 cents. 1. 1960 large date, Philadelphia, 2. 1960 small date, Philadelphia, 3. 1960 D large date, Denver, 4. 1960 D small date, Denver. Collectors were quick to notice the differences, and this sparked a lot of interest in searching for and sorting the varieties, especially the 1960 small date from Philadelphia, which became more desirable due to its lower mintage and popularity among collectors. Additionally, the 1960 penny became known for a number of error coins, particularly repunched mint marks, RPMs, from the Denver Mint, making it a historically important year for error collectors. The 1960 cent was composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, the standard composition used from 1909 until 1982, when copper content was reduced due to rising costs. In short, the 1960 Lincoln cent represents a fascinating turning point in U.S. coinage, where design, die changes, and collector awareness all came together to elevate an ordinary penny into a historical collector's item. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is everything. The value of your 1960 penny depends heavily on how well it's been preserved over time. Let's explore the different coin grades, from worn-out pocket change to pristine uncirculated examples, and how each level affects value. Nowhere. Coin was never used in circulation. Graded on a 70-point scale, with MS-60 being entry-level uncirculated and MS-65 plus considered collector quality. MS-63 red, large date, ***, around $2 to $5. MS-65 red, small date, Philadelphia, ***, can reach $40 to $60. MS-66. MS-67 red ***. These can sell for $100 to $500 plus, depending on rarity and certification, PCGS or NGC. Remember, coins with full red color, original copper luster, are worth significantly more than brown or red-brown coins of the same grade. Handle with gloves to avoid oils and fingerprints. Store in an airtight holder or 2x2 cardboard flip. Avoid cleaning your coin. It can ruin its value, so whether your 1960 Lincoln cent is a pocket-worn coin or a shining uncirculated gem, its grade plays a huge role in its final value. Be sure to examine your coin under proper light, and if you're unsure, get it graded by a professional. Today, we're diving deep into the world of classic American coins with a spotlight on the 1976 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the 1976 Lincoln cent. What's it worth today? What should you look for? And is it hiding in your pocket change right now? Let's find out. The 1976 Lincoln cent was minted during a very patriotic time in America, the bicentennial year, marking 200 years since the Declaration of Independence. While quarters, half dollars, and dollars received special bicentennial designs, the humble penny kept its classic look, Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This design had been in place since 1959, and it was created by Victor David Brenner, obverse, and Frank Gasparo, reverse. Even though the penny didn't get a special commemorative design in 1976, it's still a meaningful coin from a milestone year in U.S. history. The 1976 penny was produced at two main mints: Philadelphia Mint ***. These coins have no mint mark. Denver Mint. These carry a small D mint mark below the date. Philadelphia ***. Over 4.6 billion coins. Denver ***. Over 4.2 billion coins. That's a lot of pennies, folks. Because of the high mintage, these coins are generally not rare in circulated condition, but as always, condition matters. The obverse features the iconic side profile of President Abraham Lincoln, with the words, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty" on the left, and the year 1976 on the right. If the coin has a D mint mark, it will be just under the date. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, with the words, "United States of America" on top, and 1 cent at the bottom. Between the pillars of the memorial, you can even see a tiny seated statue of Lincoln, a cool detail that often gets overlooked. Now let's talk money. What is the 1976 Lincoln cent worth today in circulated condition, like the ones found in pocket change? It's typically worth its face value, 1 cent, but if your 1976 penny is in uncirculated condition, that means it's mint state and hasn't been used in circulation, the value goes up. 1976, no mint mark. ***, $0.10 to $1 1976, D, Denver Mint. asterisk asterisk backslash $0.10 to backslash $1.25 if your coin is graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. The value can reach backslash $50 to backslash $300, depending on eye appeal and luster. Rare varieties or errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks can push that value even higher if you're a collector or just a curious treasure hunter. Here are some things to look for: lustrous surfaces. A shiny, red-colored penny, often labeled as RD in grading, is worth more than brown ones. Double die obverse, DDO, asterisk asterisk, doubling of the date or Liberty off-center strikes asterisk asterisk, part of the design missing die cracks or cuds asterisk asterisk, raised lines or blobs on the coin. These types of errors can sell for backslash $20 to over backslash $100, depending on severity. One interesting note: the 1976 penny is made from 95% copper and 5% zinc. That means it contains about 2.5 grams of metal. With the rising price of copper, each coin has more than 2 cents worth of copper inside. But remember, it's illegal to melt U.S. pennies for scrap. So, is the 1976 Lincoln cent rare? Not really. But is it collectible? Absolutely, especially in uncirculated or high-grade condition. Plus, it's from a historic bicentennial year, and that adds a touch of patriotism to any coin collection. The 1976 Lincoln cent may seem like just another ordinary penny at first glance, but it holds significance because of the year it was minted, 1976, the bicentennial of the United States of America. This year marked the 200th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence in 1776, a major milestone in American history. Interestingly, while special commemorative designs were issued for the quarter, half-dollar, and dollar coins to celebrate this bicentennial event, the 1-cent coin retained its standard design. That design had already been in use for decades, but it carried with it its own deep historical importance. The front, obverse, of the coin features the right-facing portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. It became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical person, breaking the tradition of using symbolic figures like Lady Liberty. Why 1976? This Lincoln portrait had already been in use for 67 years, a testament to Lincoln's enduring legacy in American history. In 1959, for the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse design was changed from the wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. This was the design used on the reverse of the 1976 cent. If you look closely at the Lincoln Memorial on the coin, you can even spot a tiny engraved image of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a unique detail that often surprises collectors. The 1976 Lincoln cents were minted at Philadelphia Mint ***, no mint mark, Denver Mint ***, with D. Mint mark. Together, they struck over 8.8 billion pennies in 1976. The high mintage means these coins are very common in circulation, but special conditions or error versions can still hold value. The 1976 Lincoln cent was struck in the traditional alloy of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which had been the standard since 1962. This changed in 1982, when the mint switched to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising copper prices. Because of the copper content, many collectors today value these pre-1982 pennies for their metal as well as their collectible interest. Even though the 1976 penny doesn't have a special design like other bicentennial coins, it's still a historically meaningful coin. It was minted during a year of national celebration and pride. It continued the legacy of Abraham Lincoln's image on U.S. currency. It holds sentimental and educational value for collectors and historians alike. When determining the value of a 1976 penny, condition is everything. The better the condition, the higher the value, especially for collectors. Coins are generally graded on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS70. Let's walk through the different grades and conditions. You might find the 1976 penny in rare. In this condition, often sold at auction value, $100 to over $300 plus, depending on grading service and demand. Copper coins are also graded based on color, which fades over time due to oxidation. Red, RD ***, full original copper red color, highest value red brown, RB ***, mixed color brown, BN ***, fully oxidized copper. Lowest value. Even two coins in the same mint state can have very different values depending on their color designation. Look for full details on Lincoln's hair and coat. Check for sharp lines on the Lincoln Memorial steps. Use a magnifier to detect any light wear or die cracks. For high-grade coins, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Today, we're diving deep into the 1988 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the 1988 Lincoln penny. Is it just worth 1 cent? Or could you be holding on to a small fortune? Stick around till the end, because some of these coins have sold for hundreds, even thousands of dollars at auction. First, let's rewind a bit. The 1988 Lincoln cent belongs to the long-running Lincoln Memorial Series, minted from 1959 to 2008. It features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, first introduced on the penny back in 1909 to commemorate his 100th birthday, BY 1988. The U.S. Mint had transitioned from copper to a copper-plated zinc composition, which started in 1982. These coins have a core of 97.5% zinc and a thin 2.5% copper layer on the outside. While most of these pennies are common and still seen in circulation today, certain errors and conditions make them extremely valuable to collectors. Let's break down the design. On the obverse, or front, we see Abraham Lincoln's bust, designed by Victor D. Brenner. You'll notice the inscriptions "In God We Trust" ** above Lincoln Liberty ** on the left, and the date 1988 with or without a mint mark on the right. Flip the coin over and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely under magnification, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln between the columns. In 1988, these pennies were struck at 2 major U.S. mints. The Philadelphia Mint, no mint marked. The Denver Mint, marked with a D. Under the date, there was no San Francisco business strike penny this year, though proof coins were struck at San Francisco for collectors. So how much is a 1988 penny worth today? Circulated condition ***. Most 1988 pennies are still only worth 1 cent. But those in better condition can fetch slightly more XF, extremely fine, ***, around $0.10 AU, about uncirculated, up to $0.20 coins graded MS60. MS65 range from $0.50 to $2. Higher grades like MS67 or MS68 can be worth $10 to $50 plus, especially with brilliant luster and no scratches. Did you know that a rare 1988 penny error sold for over $3,000 at auction? Here are some valuable 1988 penny errors to watch for. This rare variety has a subtle but powerful detail. On the reverse side, if the FG initials, for designer Frank Gasparo, are farther from the Lincoln Memorial, that indicates it was struck using a reverse die from 1989. These rare pieces can sell from $100 to over $1,000 depending on condition. Some 1988 pennies show doubling in the lettering of Liberty or In God We Trust. These can be worth $25 to several $100s. Depending on the strength and clarity of the doubling. Coins that are misaligned or struck without a proper collar can fetch $10 to $100 based on severity. These small die cracks between the letters B and E in Liberty look like an extra letter I. Value: around $5 to $15, but still a fun find. Got a 1988 penny lying around? Here's how to check its value. Use a 10x jeweler's loupe or microscope. Look for clear surfaces, no scratches, and strong strike details. Check the reverse design closely. Is it the regular 1988 reverse or the reverse of 1989? If you think you've got an error coin, consider submitting it to PCGS or NGC for grading and authentication. The 1988 Lincoln penny may not look special at first glance, but as we've seen, there are hidden gems out there. Whether it's a rare reverse variety, a dramatic off-center strike, or a perfectly preserved mint-state coin, you could be holding a valuable piece of American coin history. Oh, before you toss your pennies into the jar or cash them in, take a closer look. Your next pocket find could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The 1988 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. It is named for the reverse design that features the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. The Lincoln Cent was first introduced in 1909, on the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait, a significant change from the previous designs that only used symbolic figures like Liberty. The obverse, front, design of the coin was created by Victor David Brenner, a famous sculptor. In 1959, to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the reverse was changed from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparo. Originally, Lincoln cents were made of 95% copper. However, due to rising metal costs in the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition. Starting in mid-1982, Lincoln cents were now made with a core of 97.5% zinc, coated with a thin layer of 2.5% copper. The 1988 penny is made of copper-plated zinc. Like all U.S. 1-cent coins from 1983 onward, in 1988, the coin was struck at two main facilities: Philadelphia Mint ***. These coins have no mint mark. Denver Mint. These coins carry a D mint mark under the date. There were no business strike pennies made in San Francisco that year, but proof coins were produced for collectors with an S mint mark. Philadelphia, no mint mark, ***. Over 6.8 billion struck Denver, D ***. Over 5.2 billion struck San Francisco, S. Proof coins ***. Around 3 million minted for collectors. This makes the 1988 penny one of the most produced coins of the Lincoln Memorial series. If you look closely at the reverse, you can see the statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a tiny but impressive detail. The 1988 reverse of 1989 variety is one of the most valuable error finds of the decade. Even with billions minted, collectors are still hunting for high-grade examples and rare mistakes from 1988. The 1988 Lincoln cent may seem like just another penny, but it holds an important place in U.S. coin history. It reflects a time of transition in coin production, from copper to zinc, and from traditional to more modern minting techniques. Even today, its varieties, errors, and design quirks continue to intrigue collectors across the globe. One of the most important factors that determines the value of any coin, including the 1988 Lincoln penny, is its condition, or what collectors call grade. Let's walk through the most common coin grading levels, from worst to best, and how each condition affects the 1988 penny's value. If you believe you have a high grade or error 1988 penny, you can send it to professional grading services like PCGS***, Professional Coin Grading Service NGC***. Numismatic Guarantee Company's certified coins in high mint state grades with rare errors can sell for hundreds or even thousands at auction. Use a 10x magnifier to inspect your coin. Examine the high points of Lincoln's face, hair, and jacket. Check the reverse. Are the Lincoln Memorial columns sharp and clear? Avoid cleaning your coin. It can reduce its value. Even though most 1988 pennies in circulation are worth only face value, coins in excellent condition or with errors can become valuable collectibles. A well-preserved Lincoln cent can be a small coin with a big story.